Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, Manjunath. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to day 3 of 5 days free masterclass on AutoCAD Electrical. Today, we will be discussing SLD preparation, a fundamental aspect of electrical design. Without any further delay, I would like to hand it over the session to Mr. Manjunath Kulkarni. Manjunath, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani. Hello, guys. Good evening. So, yeah, can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay. So in the last class, we have discussed a lots of commands, which is starting from the basic draft setting commands. Then we have seen uh, something called your drawing commands. Then we have deal with your modify commands, where which covered your mirror, which covered your copy, which covered your move, which covered your most of the commands like your offset, fillet, and all the commands, major commands we have covered. So in today's class, we'll be dealing with the SLD. Okay, so whenever you are learning something called your AutoCAD, the AutoCAD, initially you need to be clear with the basic commands. Then if you are clear with the basic commands, you need to be ready with the SLDs. So you should be able to draw the SLDs. Then once you are ready to draw your SLDs, then you will be dealing with the schematics. So then after once you are ready with the schematics and all, from there you can properly work on AutoCAD electrical. Okay, so this is all something a hierarchy, or this is all something a chronological order we need to follow. So in that chronological order, on the day 3, we are going to uh, design, or we are going to draft a SLD. So let me share my screen. Yeah, I think, can everyone see my screen? Yes. So this is the screen which will be giving you the SLD of solar. Okay, so this is one of the SLD where you will be having the solar plant layout or solar plant SLD. So SLD is something that your single line diagram you will be having, where which includes all your connections, which includes all your wirings and all. So in today's class we are going to deal with this segment. Okay, today's class we are going to deal with this solar SLD. So before going into that, let me quickly explain what this SLD is, how this SLD is working and all, what this SLD means. So this is SLD. I think everyone is aware of the solar, which is one of the non-renewable source of energy, where we are generating by using the some sun rays or the light energy, which to be precise, we can call it as a photovoltaic energy. So that is something different story. So if you take a solar PV plant, okay, this is how we'll be designing a solar PV plant. So if you properly observe, so whatever the blue color ones here you are seeing, they are known as your solar panels. Okay, solar panels. So here you will be having some 25 modules of something altogether. You will be having the strings of the solar. So here I'll be connecting 8 different strings of the solar. So here the point is that from the solar panel, you are giving the power towards the supply, or see, I'm not going in depth of the solar, but in case of the solar, you can take the you can give back your power to the grid, or directly you can give your power to the battery towards the supply, towards your home appliances and all. That is something different story. But coming for here, this is something that from the solar panel you are giving back the power, or giving the power towards the grid. So in that way, what you are having initially, you'll be having the 4 different solar sets, solar modules or solar sets you will be having. From there, you will be giving the basic the solar panels are connected to your AJB, which is known as your array junction box. And from the AJBs here, solars are connected to the something called your inverters. So all of you are known about the inverter application. So inverter is something that which converting your DC into AC. So by default in the solar you will be getting the DC output that need to be converted into AC. So for that you will be using something called your inverter. In between you will be having the fuses. Okay, so here you will be having the normal HRC fuse, then you will be having the inverter, and from there it is connected to the MCCB. And from the MCCB, again it is connected to the one more set of MCCB, and from there you will be having uh, something called your from the MCCB, you will be having the supply again given, the power is again delivered towards your main location, or here I can say that LD panel at the customer location. Okay, so now if you consider this, from here to here your power is delivering. So this is one solar panel I have explained, and for the rest of the things you will be having the same things. Okay, for the rest of the things you will be having the same one. Now here we are not going in depth of the solar, how the power is transmitting, how the solar panels are working. That is all something different story, where the solar itself is big ocean, where if you want to learn, that is something different story where you can learn on solar. But coming to here, now we want to draft this SLD in our AutoCAD. Okay, this is one of the AutoCAD drafted SLD. Now we want to redraft it. Okay, so for that, what we'll be doing is from here we'll be starting. Okay, from the top we'll be starting, and from there we'll be having the step-by-step procedure. Okay, so the hierarchy we are following is from here we'll be drawing towards this fuse. Okay, and from there onwards we'll be drawing a one set of solar panel properly. Okay, what are the things are involved? We are drawing the one set of solar panel properly. Then if time permit, we'll be going for the second set and we'll be going for the third set. So like that, we'll be drafting the solar panel. Okay, so is it clear for everyone what we are going to do in today's class? Yes. Chalo, let me go into the solar. So just a second. So whenever you are coming here, okay. So initially what you need to do whenever you are having any AutoCAD sheet or do something, initially you need to set the units. UN is the keyboard shortcut key for the units, as we discussed in the yesterday's class. So here I'll be setting it into the decimal, and the precision I'll be taking it to the 0. And then in the millimeters, we are going to draft the things. Okay, so instead of drawing your figures in this completely zoomed out condition, it will be somewhat. See, whenever you are dealing with AutoCAD, you need to maintain the precision and all. So for that, in generally for the electrical drawings, we always prefer something called our base grid or the lowest grid. So you just zoom in your tab and we'll be going for something called your base grid. From here onwards we'll be drawing. From here onwards we'll be drawing. Okay, chalo. So here what we are doing is the first thing what we need to draw. See, the point is that you need to observe this. From here I'll be drawing. The first thing is you need to draw one arrow. Okay, then you need to draw a triangle. From there you need to draw something called your MCCB. Okay, so step by step I'll be drawing. You just focus on the things how I am drawing, and if any command is comes in between, any new command if you encounter, then you simply focus on it, and then you simply write those new command. Okay, yeah. So the first thing I'll be starting with a line, L enter, and then go for the orthogonality. You draw the proper orthogonal line. Okay, so whenever you are drawing the line, see one thing you need to observe, that in case of the AutoCAD you don't have any particular dimensions, you don't have any particular way of drawing. Someone may be drawing the bigger ones, okay, and then they'll be zooming out, or someone they'll be drawing on a base scale with the some different scale, and some will be starting the figure from the top low, from bottom to top. Some will be drawing from the top to bottom. So whatever the thing you take, it depends upon the individual perception. Okay, so once I'll be drawing the straight line, from there you'll be having something called a straight line we got. Then you need to draw the topmost arrow. Yeah, just a second. Yeah. So once after you're drawing the arrow, then you need to have the top one. So in generally, we'll be going for the polyline with specifying a basic point, and from there, you will be having something called your width. Okay. Then we'll be taking the width as 5 or 6 or something. I'll be let's take the width as the 5. and then we'll be having something called our endpoint as 0. From here, you will be getting the arrow. From here, you will be getting the arrow. Okay, so this is how you will be designing the arrow. Now, once your arrow is designed, okay, once your arrow is designed, the next thing you will be having after the arrow designing is here you will be having a chota triangle. So the thing you need to do is you need to draw this small triangle. Okay, so then after from the triangle you need to have the extension line. See, the point is that I'll be taking a single way so that if I can draw this one, then the external right side part and left side part I can draw easily. Okay, so further the next thing what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing the triangle. Now how to draw the triangle? Okay, how can I draw the triangle? Okay, now when you are coming for the triangle, so in generally what we'll be doing is we'll be using something called your polyline command and all. So directly you can draw the triangle. But one thing you need to remember when you are dealing with the AutoCAD, okay, whenever you are dealing with AutoCAD, the one thing you need to remember is wherever you are seeing the corner points, all the corner points need to be contacted properly. So which I can say that ends will be having very clearly. Okay, so where the ends you will be having very clearly, and the next ends are something that the connectivity points. Okay, you need to have the proper connectivity points. Then the next thing is that whenever you are trying to draw anything, you need to have the proper symmetry. Symmetry is something that, yeah, I'll let you know what is the symmetry and all. So in generally, whenever you want to draw a triangle, simply you can draw the triangle just of the orthogonality. Okay, you can draw the triangle however you want, you can draw the triangle. But in generally, if you observe, if you take the triangle, this is what the baseline we are considering. And from the baseline, if you consider this triangle is completely out of symmetry. Okay, symmetry is something that all the points should be in a common center or something. Okay, so you should not miss any symmetry, you should not miss any centers. So for that case, whatever the things you are trying to draw in the AutoCAD, you need to draw very perfectly. Now, whenever I ask you people to draw the triangle, whenever I ask you people to draw the triangle, the thing you need to do is first you need to draw the line properly. Okay, see, whenever I'm taking the proper straight lines and all, I'll be using something called your ortho. So without your clicking, directly you'll be getting something called your ortho graphs. Okay, ortho, what I can say, the tracking you'll be getting with the help of the tracking, you can draw the proper line. Okay, you can draw the proper line. So here, whenever I'm drawing this line, okay, whenever I'm drawing this line, you need to be clear that this line should be exactly, the midpoint of the line should exactly match the ortho of this line. Okay, so how to check the exactly, is it matching or not? Just you go for the move command, enter. Okay, you just enter the thing, and whenever you are selecting the circle, whenever you are selecting this thing, okay, whenever you are selecting the line from here, when you want to drop it, then you can understand that this is exactly midpoint. Okay, now, once after you are getting the midpoint, okay, once after you are getting the midpoint, I need to get the edges of the triangle, or I need to get two more sides of the triangle. So before drawing the two more sides of the triangle, first what I'll be doing, I want to have one line from here to here. Let me draw a line from this point to the center point exactly. Okay. So exactly from this point to center point, I have drawn the line. Now this line you will be having the bend, which will be indicating there is no proper centering of the line. So for that, what I'll be doing, let me once again just delete this point. Let me initially draw the line. So now you will be getting the proper line. So from here, you can draw the base of the triangle. Now, once your base of the triangle is done, you need to adjust it to the center. Okay. Now, if you are clicking here, it will be simply showing that the center will be properly aligned with this line. The center will be properly aligned with this line. But whenever you start zooming in, here comes the actual story where the center is not at all aligned with the baseline, where the center is not at all aligned with the baseline. So immediately what we need to do, we need to move the baseline to match the center. Okay. So for that, you will be using the move command. Then simply you take the midpoint and join the points, where whenever you are getting the triangle, which will be indicating the midpoint, and whenever you are getting this symbol, which will be indicating the nearest point, and whenever you are getting the green color square, it will be indicating something called your endpoint is properly matching. Now, once your endpoint is properly matching, then simply what I'll be doing, then simply I'll be drawing the first line. Okay. Yeah, just a second. Simply I'll be drawing the first line here. I'll enter from this point towards the endpoint I'll be having here. Okay, from this point to endpoint of the extended line we are having. Okay, now whenever you want to draw the second part of the triangle, then how can I draw it? Guys, are you getting, are you following? Any doubts? Yes, very good. So for the next part of the triangle, what you can do is you can simply go for the mirror command. Okay. The keyboard shortcut key for the mirror command is MI enter, select the object, then enter, then you draw the mirror line. Then you draw the mirror line. So now what happens? You will be getting the proper triangle where you will be having all the sides will be equal. Okay. Then after I'm getting the triangle, if you properly observe in this figure, okay. So for this triangle, I don't have any extension line in between. So simply what I'll be doing. Okay. So simply what I can do is how can I remove that line? Yeah. So with the help of the trim command, I can remove the center line. TR, enter. So I have removed my center line. Is that clear? Yeah. So if you want to stretch it apart, you can go for the stretch also. Okay. So this is how you will be having in case of your picture, what you have seen. Okay. Is that clear for everyone so far? Everyone, is that clear? Yeah, so practicing parallelly with me will kills a lot of the time. So what I'll be doing is I'll be explaining this SLD clearly. Okay, how much the time permits, in that time I'll be explaining most of the content of the SLD. Then after the class, I'll be sharing the SLD in your group. Okay, from the group you can access to this SLD and you can draw this SLD and you can submit it in tomorrow's class. This will be assignment for today. So while I am explaining, please concentrate whatever I am saying. Don't run it parallelly. Don't try to practice it parallelly. It will kill the time. So that if you practice once after I'm sharing this, so if you practice it clearly, yeah, arrow and all I'll explain in, at the last of the class. Okay, any doubts I'll explain, no need to worry. You just focused on whatever the things I'm trying to explain. Okay, so here, yeah, then once the completion of the class, I'll share it, no need to worry. Okay, so here you need to observe how I'm drawing, how I'm trying to draw. So while you're saying, you'll be thinking it will be very much easy. Then once you start practicing, you'll get the actual difficulties. Okay, yeah, now you just come back for the figure again. Here you will be having something called your two sides of the rectangle, two sides of the triangle is in black color, and one side you will be having some blue color. Now how to change the color of this line? Quickly, can you please let me know how to change the color of this line? As per your classes you listened till yesterday, how can, yeah, very good, very good. By using the properties, I can change the color of my line. What is the keyboard shortcut key for properties I'll be having? PR. See, guys, all 200 members need to respond. Then only the class will be interesting. The class should be more, yeah, yeah, very good, very good. Okay, PR. So, chalo. So just I'll be going for the PR, enter as you said. Okay, then here I'll be selecting the line, whatever I'm having. Okay, then you go for the color, change it for the Canon there. I think there it will be having. Okay, now the next thing, if you observe here, the width of the blue color line is also somewhat, or the thickness of the blue color line is somewhat more. Okay, how can I change the thickness of the line? How can I change the thickness of the line? In the PR, you need to go for the line type. Okay, in the PR, you just go for the line type. Okay, then I'll be keeping it for 0.80 mm. Okay, now the line thickness is changed. But now if you observe here, you can't identify the thickness, whatever the change here. But whenever you are going for the printing out, there you can observe the thickness and all. I'll let you know how to make the printout and all in later classes. Okay, yeah. So now once this part is done, okay, now once this part is done, the next thing you need to do is you need to design the MCCB. Okay, you need to design the MCCB. Okay, so here how the MCCB will be looking. Okay, if you properly see, for the MCCB, you will be having a circle extension of the line, then you will be having the cross. Okay, now let me show you how this MCCB we can design. Okay, how we can design this MCCB. Okay, let me come back for my AutoCAD screen again. So just give some gap. From here, I'll be designing my MCCB. The first thing in my MCCB I'll be having is circle. Okay, the first thing in my MCCB I'll be having is circle. I'll be taking the center properly. See, the point is that on one center, I need to have my complete SLD single string so that it will be properly symmetric. Now, yeah, in between line and all, we'll draw later. So first thing what I'll be doing, I'll be drawing a circle. I'll be drawing a circle. Now, once after drawing of the circle, the next thing you need to draw is an extension line with the cross marks, an extension line with the cross marks. Okay. So for that, what I'll be doing, I think everyone is following clearly. So before that, before going to that, in between of this triangle and circle, okay, in between of the triangle and circle, you will be having something called your line. So first, let me draw the line simply from this point to here. Okay, now once my line is done, the next thing I'll be having is one more line I'll be having here. Okay, so for that line, you will be having some cross symbol and all. So yeah, so this is the part next you need to do. Yeah, the next part you need to do is this one. Okay, this is the next part you need to do. Chalo, let me come back for AutoCAD again. So for that enter you will be having. So simply I'll be taking a small line. Simply I'll be taking a small line from here to here. Okay. Then after I am taking a small line. See, the point is that whenever you are drawing on a base grid, you will be thinking I'm taking a very, very large circles and all. But whenever you are coming for the small grid and all, they are very, very small where you can observe in the PDF. Okay. In case of the PDF also, if you can see, okay, they'll be looking very, very smaller. This is the basic view of the PDF. Okay, so we need to keep this in mind and then we need to draw. So that's what I said that in case of the AutoCAD, the scaling and all, it depends on individual. Okay, chalo. From here, what I'll be doing, I need to draw the cross marks. Okay, so for that, I'll be taking one more. For that, what I'll be doing is simply I'll be drawing the line. Okay, so yeah, just of the orthogonality. Okay. This will be my first point of the line. And from here, I'll be taking my second point of the line. Okay. So this is how I'll be trying to draw my line. So once after I'm drawing the line, don't simply leave the line. Okay. You need to check the symmetry. So if you properly observe, in this base scale, whenever you are seeing this line will be looking like a symmetry where the centers are properly aligned. Okay. But whenever you are trying to zoom out or whenever you are trying to zoom in, this is what the situation of the line. So what you need to do, this point need to come and collide with this point or this point need to come and connect with this point. Then only I can say that here you will be having something called a proper symmetric line. So for that, what I can do, how can I do the symmetry for this one? Yeah, very good. Move. Okay. Only few people are responding. Everyone need to respond. Very good. Very good. Chalo. Here you will be having something called your move command again. Enter. Okay. You just select the point. Yeah, sorry. Enter. Then after you select the line, then you go for the select the exact base point. Then you join. Now can you see? You will be having the proper midpoint. Okay, this is the proper symmetry. So while you are drawing any or while you are drafting anything in your AutoCAD which is more specifically to your electrical. Here you don't have any dimensions and all. So one thing you need to be clear that the first thing is the connectivity, how the points are connected, is the points are connected properly or not. And the next thing you need to be clear is that whether you will be having the proper symmetry or not, whether you will be having the proper symmetry or not. These are the things you need to remember. These are the things you need to keep in mind. So, okay. So if you think this line is, yeah, any doubt for anyone? Yeah. So then if you are thinking this line is somewhat bigger, or if you are thinking this line is somewhat longer, okay, then you can make this line very much shorter. So further, this something you can do is just hold here and you can drag it back. This is one way you can draw. Or the another way you will be having is, which is this is not the professional way. So the professionally what you can do, you can stretch back the line. So for that you will be using the command is enter, select in the green color portion, then you select the base point and stretch it back how much you want. Okay. Yeah. Just a second. Stretch it back how much the line you want. So once you are stretching it back again, you just need to check the what symmetry, enter. Okay. Select the base point. Always for symmetry, if you need to have the end symmetry, select the end point. If you need to have mid symmetry, select the midpoint. Okay, now this line is in the symmetry. The next thing I need to have is one more line here. How can I draw that line? Copy and rotate. Okay. Next, any other ways? I need to have this line. Yeah, very good. Mirror, mirror, mirror. You can do the mirror. Okay. So even though if you are copying and rotating, there may be, first you need to copy, you need to rotate, and you need to adjust the points. So for that, simply what I'll be doing, I'll be going for the mirror. Okay. The simple command for the mirror is mi enter, select the object, enter. And now whenever you are coming for the mirror line, from this midpoint, you just draw the mirror line. Okay. From this midpoint, you just on the orthogonality and draw the mirror line. Now, can you see? You got the proper cross. Now you got the proper cross. Okay. So is that clear for everyone? Yeah. So once you are done with this cross, the next thing you need to do is, yeah, once you are done with the cross, the next thing you need to do is you need to draw this line. Then here, can you observe? Here, can you observe? Just a second, Annie. Yeah. Here, if you observe properly, you will be having something called a line, the extension line. Then you will be having this line, and then you will be having the C, and then you will be having the circle. So this is the part you need to draw. See, altogether, whatever the things you are having in this blue color one, okay, altogether you are having whatever the things you are having in this blue color box, that is known as your MCCB. So whenever you are coming for the AutoCAD, not rather than AutoCAD electrical, if you are using a pure AutoCAD 2D or 3D, in that case, the thing you need to do is you need to draw all the equipments properly, and then after you need to mention all the equipments. Okay, so how to mention and all, I'll let you know. The first thing what you need to do is you need to draw the things inside. Yeah. So the next thing, I'll be drawing a line. So let me draw a line, L enter, taking some distance and all. So you don't ask what is the distance you are taking, sir, and all, because all the distances here as per you don't have any proper specification. So whatever the distance you want, you can take. End of the day, you need to get the proper image. Okay. Now once the distance is done, the next thing from here you will be having is, you are having a one line. Okay. L enter, one line extension you will be having from here. Okay. Then after that line is simply extended towards here. Then that line is extended like this. Then the line is extended towards here. So here, whenever I am going to draw, whenever I'm trying to close this line, so I'll be checking the proper position of orthogonality, a proper position of symmetry. Then I'll be closing my line. From here, I will be having some extension line. Okay, clear? Can you see this? Is this the line we have drawn now? Is this clear for everyone? Yes. Okay. Now, if you observe here, whenever I'm trying to draw this line, here you will be having something called the curve between these two lines. These two lines are not straightly connected. There you will be having something called the curve between these two lines. Just a second, I'll show where you are having the proper curve and all. So here, if you observe, here you will be having the curve between two lines. So how to get that curve between two lines? Arc, yeah, very good. Arc is not the one. Yeah, quickly, what we can do, fillet, fillet. Can I apply the fillet command here? Yes. So here the thing what I'll be doing is, this is the line, these two lines I'll be having. So whenever you are coming for the end connectivity of these two lines, here I need to have the curved portion. So for that I'll be going for the fillet, then I'll be going for the radial fillet, R enter. Then I'll take the radius from this point to this point. This much of bend if I am having, it will be enough. Select first line, then you go for the second line. Now can you see, I'll be having the bend in that line. I can observe the bend in that line. Is that clear for everyone? Yeah. So I'm done with this part. Next, the next thing you will be having is, after that part, you need to have the half circle. Okay. Then you need to have a line. Then you need to have one more circle. Okay. So yeah, here what I have done is, I'll be having this line and I'll be having this line. Both are connected with the angular fillet, angular one. So that angular I have converted into radial by using the radial fillet. Okay. So the next thing here I need to have is, I need to draw a half circle. How can I do it? Yes, guys, how can I do it? Arc. So using a arc, using a 3-point circle, yeah. Yeah, just I can go for the command circle, C enter, C enter. Now from here, you select the midpoint, then you just drag out the circle, you just draw the circle. Okay. Now once after you are drawing the circle, you need to trim the half part of the circle. So whenever you are trying to trim the half part of the circle, I'll be applying the trim command. Okay, if I'm applying the trim command, I can't remove the half portion of the circle. So for that, what I need to do is, whenever you are going for the trim, it will be trimming the entire thing. Okay. So here the thing I can do is, first I'll be drawing the line from this point to this point. Okay. So then after I'll be applying the trim command, you can trim the half part of the circle. Then you simply trim out the next circle. Okay. Then you simply trim out the line, or very good, you can go for the break command. Okay. Yeah. So the next part, the next thing what you can do is, rather than going for the line, you can simply go for the break command. Okay. So first what you do, you just connect this. Yeah. You just connect this line symmetrically. Okay. So yeah. So the break command you will be having is BR. BR is the break command you will be having. Select the circle and then you simply break it towards the half. And simply you break it towards the half. Now you got the proper circle. Is that clear? Yeah. So after the circle, so let me increase the size of the circle and redraw it again. The thing is that whenever you are checking, you need to be clear with that whatever the things you are having, and you need to make the beautification also. Now let me go for the move command, M enter, select the base point, select the midpoint, then you go for the break command, BR enter, select the circle, select the BR enter, select the circle where the from there only you will be having the first base point, then you come back and trim it until the middle. Okay, so even though if you are having any excess part, go for the trim and you trim the excess part of the circle. Okay, so now once your circle is done, the next thing what you will be doing, okay, the next thing you will be having is you need to have one more line extension and then you need to close it with the circle. So if I have the one more line extension and I close it with the circle, then completely I'm done with my MCCB. Okay, so for that what I'll be doing, simply you come back to the AutoCAD. So I'll be having the two options. One option is that simply I'll be drawing one line and simply I'll be going for the circle. And one more option for exact symmetric, what I'll be doing is I'll be going for the mirror. Okay. So if you can observe this circle and this line. So if I can mirror this circle and these lines, then simply I'll be getting the mirrored object. Simply I'll be getting the mirror object where I can join for this part. Okay. Is that clear for everyone what I'm trying to explain? Yeah, copy the upper circle and line, then you can rotate. So rather than that, what I'm doing, I'm trying to apply the mirror command. Okay. So is that clear? See, the point is that from here I need to have the line and I need to have the circle. The same line and circle here I'll be having in the opposite direction. So for that, if I can apply the mirror image for these objects, so simply I'll be getting the mirrored image here, which is the opposite, the reflection image of this. So simply I'll be go for the mirror image, select the objects, enter. Now I want to select the mirror line. From here, let me select the mirror line. Okay, so let me select the mirror line with the owning the orthogonality. Somewhere else I'll be getting here. So then after, simply what I can do, go for the move command, select the objects, select the base point, and you attach this base point to the circle. Now is that clear for everyone? Okay, now can you see this is what the MCCB we have drawn. First you'll be having a circle, then you'll be having the line extents, you'll be having the cross, then you'll be having something called the inner parts of the MCCB, then the line extension and the circle. So all the 225 members, the MCCB is clear for everyone. Everyone need to respond. Yes. Now, the next thing, if you observe, for the MCCB, you will be having the external lines, okay, external box you need to draw, okay. For drawing this box, simply what I'll be doing is, I'll be going and I'll be drawing a rectangle here, okay. From where to where I need to draw the rectangle? Below this triangle, you need to draw the rectangle, okay. So before that, I think this place is not enough as of now. Let me stretch it once. Yeah. So just a second, Andy. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move these lines, or let it be. Let it be. So the thing what I need to do is I need to draw the rectangle. Then I need to close my something called my MCCB. So for that, what I'll be doing, simply I'll be going for REC enter. From here to here, I'll be selecting my rectangle. Okay, from here to here, I'll be selecting my rectangle. Yeah. So then after you're selecting the rectangle, the first thing you need to do is you need to check the symmetry of the rectangle, M enter. So definitely this rectangle is not in symmetry. Simply we can say by seeing. So select the rectangle, then you go for the midpoint. This is the midpoint you will be having. Just simply you drag this midpoint towards here. Now you got something called your properly rectangle with the symmetry. Now, if you properly observe there, if you properly observe in this figure, you will be having something called dashed lines. Okay. So for the dashed lines, the thing what you can do is, again, you will be going back for your properties, PR, enter. Then in the properties, after going into the properties, you just select the rectangle and simply You just, I need to change, see, whenever I'm selecting the rectangle, here I'll be having only three types of the lines, which are the continuous line, but I want the dashed lines. How can I get that? How can I get that? See the point? No, not in the line weight. If you are going for the line weight, also in the line weight, you will be getting only the thickness of the line. Yeah, very good. Someone is saying the line type. You just go and enter the line type command here. First, you need to go for the line type. Then in the line type, yeah. So once after you are going for the line type, then in the line type, you will be having the load options. From there, you just select all the things, load the types of the line, click on OK. Now you come back for your properties and now you check in the line types, you will be having all the different types of the lines. Is that clear for everyone? So let me go for the dashed line. So this is what the dashed line I'll be taking. Is that clear for everyone? Yes. Now, in these dashed lines, I want to increase or decrease the length or the space between the dashed lines. How can I do that? I want to increase or decrease the space between those lines. How can I do that? LTS, line type scale. You can go for the line type scale, or here you'll be having the line type scale directly option. Here also you can change. I'll be changing it for 0.5000. Enter. Now can you see? Now can you see the distance between the lines will be changed and the pattern will be changed. Is it clear? Yeah. So this is how we have done with our MCCB. Okay. So yeah, the one last thing is you need to change the color of the MCCB. Go for the color, change it for the blue. Now we are done with the MCCB. Okay. So is that MCCB is clear for everyone? Everyone? Only few people are responding. What about the rest of the ones? Make the session more interactive. Okay. Chalo. Very good. We have done with the MCCB one. Okay. So once after we have done with the MCCB, yeah, the next thing you need to do is you need to draw the fuse. Sorry. Uh, just a second. Yeah. So the next thing you need to draw the transformer. Okay. The next thing you need to draw the transformer before going into the fuse and all. Yeah. Let's go with the CT. Chalo. So here the point is that for the extension of that, you need to draw the CT. Before that, what you can do is you need to draw a line. Now, if you properly observe here, you will be having the extension of the line until the next line you will be having, Okay. So first thing I need to set up this line and then I need to set up this line. Okay. So for that, if you see here I need to have one bigger line. Here I need to have one bigger line. So for getting the infinity line in case of your AutoCAD, see in general, if you properly observe this figure, uh, on a bigger line, you will be having all the rest of the branches. So I don't know how much line I need to take here. So for that, what I'll be doing is simply I'll be taking the infinity line. Then after from wherever I want, I can trim that infinity line. So for getting the infinity line in case of the AutoCAD, the command I'll be using is X line. Okay, X line is the command I'll be using for the getting infinity line. Okay, simply I'll be going for the X Line. So okay, so it will be asking to specify the first point. So taking it as a center, let me specify the first point. Okay, then it is asking to, I'll set it into orthogonality and I'll specify one more point. Just escape. Now can you see? Now here I got something called my infinite line. Now here I got something called my infinite line. Okay, so the keyboard shortcut key for your infinite line is X line. Okay, X line is a command you will be having for infinite line. Okay, chalo. So yeah. So here, why I'm taking an infinite line means from here, how many branches I want, I can use the branches, and then rest of the part, I can trim it off easily so that I'll be having the proper baseline. So the next thing what I need to do, from here to here, I need to have the extension wire or extension line. Okay, I need to have something called here extension wire or extension line. So for that, what I'll be doing, just you go for the L enter. So rather than going for the L enter, what I can do is here I am having something called one line. I can extend this line up to here. So without using any stretch command, you will be having something called the new command here. That is known as your extend command. Okay. That is known as your extend command, and the keyboard shortcut key for your extend command is EX enter. Okay. EX enter. So how your EX enter command is working is, so whenever you are activating the extend command, if you select a line, then the line will be extended up to the next boundary. So here, this is the line you will be having. So whenever you are selecting this line will be activated towards the next boundary. And from the next boundary, what I'll be doing, again, I'm trying to click on extend command. From here to here, it will be extending until the next boundary. And from there onwards, if you are going for the extend command again, it will be going and it will be extending until the next boundary. Okay, this is how you will be using something called your extend command. So here, is it necessary to use the extend command? Means there is no need of using extend command here. You can simply draw the line from here to here. But for explaining the command, I have taken this extend command here. Is that clear for everyone? Is this extend command is clear for everyone? शॉर्टकट फॉर एक्सटेंड कमांड इज EX. X बोलते हैं ना, AX है EX. Okay, so EX is a command for the extend. So whenever you are trying to extend, now if you see here, simply if I'm going for the EX enter, then if I'm selecting this line, it will be saying that this line can't be extended further because I don't have any next boundary. Okay, always the line will be extending up to the next immediate boundary. Okay, so you need to be clear with this point. Then after, simply I'll be going for the trim. I'll be trimming the inside part of this line. So here simply I am done with this line. Okay, here simply I am done with this line. So the next thing I need to have something called your CT. Okay, how to draw the CT? Can anyone please let me know? Yeah, you can trim the middle line, probably or someone. Yeah, that's what I have done. You can trim the middle line. Okay, so now let me also delete this bigger line because for explaining the extend command, I have used it. Simply, I'll be stretching it back so that I'll be getting the proper lining and all. Okay, yeah. So the next thing you will be having is you need to draw the CT. How can I draw the CTs here? Yeah, how can I draw the CTs? Can anyone please explain? Very good. Like letter E and then mirror. Okay. Line and arc command using the fillet. Using the command fillet. Line using line command. See. So, okay, that is some way you will be using. But the one way here, what I'll be doing is, let me first draw the circles here. Let me first draw a circle. Okay, I have drawn one circle from here to here. Then after I'm drawing a circle, simply I'll be going for the copy command, CO, enter. Okay, select the circle and select it as a base point. You just copy the circle. Okay, then you come out of the copy command. So simply I'll be going for the trim, tr, enter, trim these lines. Then you simply go for the line command, L enter. From this point, you will be drawing a line. Okay. Yeah, someone is turn on your mic and please turn off yourself. Yeah, simply you can extend this line from here to here. Okay. So then after what I'll be doing for the rest of the things, how can I draw the rest of the things?
బాగున్నది.
Yeah, very good. You can go for the offset command. O enter, select the first line. Then you select the distance from here to here. Enter, line. Sorry. O enter, select the distance. Once you are done with your distance, offset image, offset. Done. So now you got the offset one. Okay, now you got the offset one. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear for everyone? Is the CT is clear for everyone? Yeah, but if you see here in this picture, the size of this MCCB and the size of the CT is nearly same. Okay, we'll be having the nearly same size. But whenever you are coming for the image, whatever we have drawn, the MCCB size is somewhat lesser as you compared with your CT. So what I need to do, I need to reduce the size. Okay, I need to reduce the size for the sizing and all. See, sizing is something that I need to reduce the scaling. Okay, I need to reduce the scaling. So here comes a new command, that is your scale command. Okay, that is your scale command. And the keyboard shortcut key for the scale command you will be using is SC enter. Okay, yeah. So how I'll be using SC, just you go for the SC enter, then you select the objects that need to be scaled, select the objects that need to be scaled. Then after it is asking the base point, from that point it will be scaling the objects. I'll be selecting this as a base point. Then you simply drag your mouse. See, whenever you are trying to scale it, okay, one thing you can simply drag your mouse towards your side or drag your mouse away from the your side. Okay, now can you see here, whenever you are dragging the mouse towards your side, the scaling factor will be greater than 1, which indicates the scale is increasing. And whenever you are moving away from your side, the scaling factor will be less than 1, which will be indicating the decreasing. Okay, so that's the way you can do, or else you can manually change the scale. If I am going for the 1.5 scale, click on enter. This is what the 1.5 scale I'll be having. So if I want to reduce the scale again, so simply you go and select the objects. So once you select the object, select the base point, select the base point. Here I'll be going for the scaling of 0.250, enter. So this is for the 0.250 for you. Okay, so this is how you can scale your objects. Let me scale it again. SC enter, select the objects, select the base point, and you scale it manually. So this is what the scale, which will exactly match for my figure. Or if you want, you can also reduce it. So see, the point is that why I'm explaining the scaling is, once after your drawing, you need to scale it properly. Then only you'll be getting the beauty for the output, beauty for the one which you have drawn. Okay, then after you just go for the move command, select all the things. Okay, then you select a proper base point. This need to be intersected here. So then you got the proper CT. Okay. So again, if you want to make it towards the down, then you select the base point, come for the down. This is how you can draw your CT. Is everyone is clear with the CT? Yeah, everyone quickly. Yes, yes, very large. Okay. Indrajit, is that clear? Did you understood? So for the CT, what we have done, we have drawn the two circles. Then we have trimmed one part of the circle. We have used the lines. Okay. So if the CT is looking somewhat bigger, simply we went for the scale command. With the help of the scale command, we have scale it down or scale it up. Okay. Is that clear, Pravalika? Chalo. So once you are done with the CT, okay. So once you are done with the CT, the next thing you will be having is you just see here we have done with the city. From here, you need to have one HRC fuse. Then you will be having the RYB. Then you will be having this box. Okay. So next we need to construct this one. So for that, simply what I'll be doing, I'll be taking one line. Then first I'll be creating this one line from here to here, polyline. Then I'll be drawing a rectangle here. Then I'll be using the rectangle and trim command here. Then I'll be using the circles here. Okay. So here I'll also try to explain you the arrow command also. So be focused here, stay focused here. So the first thing here, what I'll be doing is I need to draw one line, which is my polyline, PL, enter. Okay. From here, let me select the line. Up to here, I think it's more than enough. Then you drag it. Okay. Then this is the point I'll be taking. From this point, you'll be connecting these edges. Clear? So here what I have done, I have drawn a line. So once the line is drawn, the next thing I need to draw is my fuse. Okay. So if I can draw the rectangle here, then simply I'll be getting the fuse. REC, enter. From here to here, I'll be drawing my fuse line. Okay. So if you are looking on a normal scale, this is looking very much properly. But whenever you are coming for something called your symmetry point of view, here you don't have the symmetry. So how to check the symmetry? Can once if you are zooming in, this is the midpoint of the rectangle. Okay, this is the line you need to have. Okay, so this midpoint need to be matched for this line, then only you will be having the symmetry. Again, go for the move command, enter. Select the midpoint. From the midpoint, you just go here. Okay, now you got the proper symmetry. I think now you understood how we have drawn the fuse. How we have drawn the fuse. Okay, so is that clear? Shallow. Okay, so then after the next thing you need to draw is this one. So for drawing this one, the thing what I'll be doing is first let me draw the external rectangle or square part. Okay. Then I'll be drawing the line inside. So if you properly observe, this is not your rectangle, this is your square. Okay. So how to draw the square in case of the AutoCAD? So let me simply draw the square. For the square also, I'll be using something called a rectangle because whenever you consider the square and rectangle, one thing you need to remember that all the squares are rectangles, but all the rectangles are not the square. So if I can draw a square, I can draw the square by using the rectangle command. One thing you need to be clear that the square is something that all the four sides should be same. So here considering that point, I'll be simply drawing the square. Okay, so now I have drawn the square. So the next thing what I need to do is I need to adjust the symmetry for this. Select the one. You just adjust the symmetry. Okay, now we are done with the symmetry part. Okay, so simply I need to draw one more line here. Okay, so simply I'll be coming back here. I'll be going for the L enter. One with the 1/3 of the distance, I'll be drawing the line. Okay, now I'll be trimming off this middle line. Okay, so is that clear? Is this the one you are having? Is it clear for everyone? Come on, quickly, everyone.
Clear, sir.
Yeah, Gnataved, what is dot for you? Can you please let me know? So if you are having any doubts, you can type in the chat box, or else, yeah, I'll be moving for the next part. Okay. So the next thing what we can do, what is the next thing we need to do here? Yeah, you need to go for the RYB. Before going for the RYB, very good. We need to color for it. We need to go for the coloring of it. So for the coloring of it, I'll be just selecting the complete thing. Then PR, enter. So let me color it towards the red. Okay. So and I think the coloring is done. Okay. So I have done the coloring also. Is that clear? Yeah, middle line I have missed. So rather than going for the properties, how can I do that? So the point is that middle line I have missed the coloring. So I need to color it for the red color. So instead of going for the properties again, how can I do it? Very good. Match properties. What is the command for the match properties?
MH.
It's not MH, it's MA. Okay. It's not MH, it's MA. MA. So let me come back here. Simply MA, enter, select this one, and you match the properties, escape. Okay, it's missed. MA, enter, select the source object, go for the destination object, enter. Okay. Yeah. So someone is saying we need to adjust the line weight and all. Yeah. While you are doing, you can also adjust the line weight. Simply go for the objects, go for the PR. Then here you will be having something called your line weight. Keep it as 0.8 or 1 mm so that you will be getting the proper line weight. Okay. So now we are done with the line weight. Okay, once we are done with the line weight, the next thing you need to have is you need to draw the RYB here. The next thing you need to draw the RYB segment here. So for drawing the RYB segment, the thing what you need to do is first you need to draw the line. Okay, so first you need to draw a line. L enter. From the midpoint, I am drawing one bigger line. Okay. So once after drawing the line, the thing I'll be doing is, once after drawing the line, the thing I'll be doing is circle. C enter is the command for the circle. So from here, with some distance, I'll be taking one circle with the circle with the radius. Okay. So I'll be taking the circle with the radius. Once I'm done with the circle with the radius, the next thing what I need to do is I need to have the crossed lines. Okay, I need to have the proper crossed lines. Now for getting the proper crossed lines, I'll not use copy Vinod. I'll use one more command here. Please stay tuned. So here, first what I need to do. Yeah, so I need to have my crossed lines here. For that, first I'll be drawing a straight line here from here to here. Once I'm done with the straight line, okay, I'll just going for the line command. Then with the line command, taking it as a center, just of the orthogonality, taking it as a center, you just simply draw one line. You just simply draw one line. Then after getting one line, yeah, so whatever the degrees you want, you can take and you can draw one line. Then I want to have one more, the same line here, okay, which is in this direction. How can I do it? Yeah, everyone. Yeah, quickly you need to do because you are doing the AutoCAD. That should be very much fast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. MI, mirror, enter, select the line. So from here, I'll be taking the mirror line. by taking the orthogonality. So I'll be getting the proper mirror image. Then click on no. You just trim out the things. Trim out the, oh, sorry. You just go for the trim. Trim the external parts. Done. Now I think we are done with the circle. Now I think we are done with the first circle. Yeah. So in the same way, I need to have two other circles here. In the same way, I need to have two other circles here. Okay. So how can I do that? Copy, 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 copy. So rather than copy command, see, whenever you are trying to copy the command, you may not get the circles with the equal distance. Okay, you may not get the circles with the equal distance here. Okay, so I'm not at all using the offset command also. Here I am trying to introduce you one new command, that is your array command. Okay, that is your array command, where you will be getting the group of similar objects, where you will be getting the group of similar objects. Okay, now let me show how to use array command. The keyboard shortcut key for array command is AR enter. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key for the array command is, you will be having something called AR enter. So once you are going for the array command, you just select the array objects. The objects need to be arrayed. Array command is used whenever you want to have the group of similar objects. Okay, whenever you want to have group of similar objects, you will be using something called your array command. Then once you select the objects, okay, click on enter. In case of the array, you will be getting the three types. If you are going on a rectangle, if you want the objects in a rectangular form, go for the rectangular array. If you want the objects, group of objects in a circular form, you go for the polar array. Now here I'll be having the path. Simply I'll be clicking on path array. Then you simply select the path curve. Is that clear? Is this array command is clear for everyone? Yeah, once again, I am repeating. Someone is asking once again. So the keyboard shortcut key for array command is AR enter. So first what you need to do is you need to select the objects. Then after you selecting the objects, just click on enter. Here you will be getting rectangular, path and polar array. Rectangular is for where you will be getting the rectangular objects. Okay, polar is something where you will be getting the objects in a circular form. I'll let you know rectangular and polar array later. In further classes, you will come to know. Here I'll be selecting the path array. On this path, you will be getting the arrayed objects. Okay, you just select the path. Then it is asking for the path curve. Can you see here? Now you got the arrayed objects. Is that clear for everyone? Is it clear for everyone? Here we got something called your arrayed objects. Now, whenever you are seeing here, how many this objects you want? How many objects you want? How many the circular representations of phase representations you want? Yeah, three phase representations you want here. But how many you are having here? How many you are having here? 4. So what I need to do? So what I need to do? Delete, 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 delete. Now, so how to delete one? Yeah, erase or trim or something. Now, whenever I'm trying to select the objects, I'm not able to select only one object. I'm not able to select only one object. Even though if I'm going for any blue selections and all, I can't select only one object. The entire objects are selecting at a time. Okay. Now, this is the case where whenever you are making the array of the objects, here you will be getting the grouped objects. So now what you need to do? You need to ungroup the objects. Okay, you need to ungroup the objects. How to ungroup the objects? For ungrouping the arrayed objects, you will be having click select sir. I'm clicking. Even though if I'm clicking, the entire objects will be selecting. Okay, the entire objects will be selecting. For selecting the individual objects, the thing what I can do is, see, these are the arrayed objects. I need to explode the objects. Okay, I need to explode the objects. Now, the keyboard shortcut key you will be having for the exploding the objects is X enter. Okay, before I'm applying the X enter, so simply whenever I'm clicking here, the entire arrayed objects are selecting. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be going for the X enter. Then you select the objects, enter. Now whenever you want to select the objects, they'll be selecting individually. Did everyone found this difference? Did everyone understood this? Every individual understood this. This is one of the important thing. Okay, so whenever you are doing the array, all the objects will be grouped. Okay, whenever, yeah. See, the point is that the time is very less. Once I am explaining once, you please be concentrate here. Okay, yeah, you just see here. These are the arrayed objects. Whenever you are having the arrayed objects, simply if you want to select one object, the entire objects will be selecting. But if you can't apply any modification commands here. So for that, simply what I need to do, you need to go for the explode command, X enter, then you select the objects. Now simply the arrayed objects become as an individual objects. Okay, now the arrayed objects has become as an individual object, or they got ungrouped. So simply what I'll be doing, select the objects, delete. Then for the rest of the things, go for the trim command. You trim this line, trim this part, trim this one, trim it, trim it. Trim, trim, escape. Now done. Is that clear? Now did you got it? Did you got the structure? Everyone need to respond very quickly. Yeah. Kiran, you are a bit confused. Kiran, for infinity line, we have used X line. EX is the command we have not used for the X line. Okay. So EX is the command we have used for the extend, and X is the command we are using for the explode. Okay, that's what I'm saying. While I'm trying to explain something, you need to be very much cautious. You need to be very much conscious so that you can easily understand. Now, if you see this, whatever the object you take, everything will be properly centered. Everything will be properly aligned. So here, simply we have completed the top part of your solar, whatever the solar SLD we are having, we have done with this top part. The next thing what you need to do is, you need to have the first, the single line here. You need to have first the single line here. So, okay, from then after what you need to do, okay, this is the single line you can draw. This is a connectivity line, and then MCCB already you have in the top part. You can copy and paste here. Okay, then again you need to have these proper linings and all. Okay, then again you need to copy this MCCB and paste here. You need to draw this inverter HRC fuse. Again, you are having in the top, you need to use it. Okay, so step by step, you need to use them. Okay, so everything is clear so far. For every individual, is everything is clear so far? Yeah, everyone. There are 200 of participants on the message.
Manjunath, you are in mute.
Yeah, guys. So I have given some time for filling the feedback form and all because you people are switching here and there. So now let's do with the rest of the part. So chalo. Yeah, most of the people are asking. Yeah, I'll continue. I'll continue. No need to worry. Most of the people are asking how we have done with that arrow. So simply I'm saying I'll be explaining. So for drawing the arrow, the first thing you need to do is you need to go for the polyline command. Okay, so you need to go for the polyline command, then you go for the starting point. Once you are done with the starting point, you go for the width, W, enter. Okay, after selecting the width, you just go for the any width of the starting point. I'll be taking it as a 5 units. Enter. Then you go for the second width. I'll be taking it as 0. Just click on enter. And from there, you just drag it. You will be getting the arrow. Okay, you'll be getting the arrow. This is how you can draw your arrow. Okay, I think it's clear for everyone. Polyline. Then you go for the starting point, width, enter the first width, and then you go for the second width as 0. From there, you will be getting the arrow. Okay, yeah. So now we have done this part. Now we have done this part. So yeah. So the next thing you will be having is we need to have one branch here. I'll explain how to draw this complete branch. Then after the same you can repeat for rest of the branches. So before going into that branch, here you will, along with the drawing, you will be having some text also. Along with the drawing, you will be having some text also. Yeah, first let me explain how to draw the text. Okay, first let me explain how to draw the text here. Okay, or how to write the text in case of the AutoCAD. So whenever you are coming here I'll be having something called 400 amps TP and MCCB. Okay, I'll be having here. So for that, what I'll be doing is you just go for the text. Okay, in case of the text, you will be having the two types of the text in case of the AutoCAD. One is the single line text and one is the multi-line text. Okay, so the keyboard shortcut key for the single line text is text enter. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key for the single line text is text enter. Then it is asking to specify the first point as well as the second point. You just specify the first point and second point, which will be giving you the height. You will be giving the height of the text. Once if you are done with the height of the text, it is asking for the angle. So by default, I'll be taking the 0 angle so that I can get the proper straight line text. Okay. So then from here, you will be getting the text. You need to enter the text. So simply I'll be going for the 400 amperes. Okay. So once your text is done, click somewhere on the screen. Then you click on escape. Then you click on escape. Now when if you found this text is somewhat bigger, so for that you can go for the scaling and you select the base point and you can adjust your text. Then enter, select the object, you just move your text. Okay, so this is known as your text. Is the text is clear for everyone? So simply what you are doing, the command you will be using is a text. Then after you just give the height of the text. Okay, once if you are giving the height of the text, the next thing you will be doing is simply you will be giving the angle of the text, enter the text. Okay, then you can adjust. This is known as your single line text, where whenever you are using the single line text, you will not get any paragraphs and all. You will not get any what we say any style. You can't change any style and all. So the next thing what you will be having is multi-line text. Okay, so for the multi-line text, the command you will be using is T enter or MT enter. Okay, so let me show you the multi-line text. T enter. Then after entering the T enter, you just select the area or you just select the what we say location, or what to be precise, you just select the area of the text. Okay, then after you will be getting the text you can enter. So what you will be having here, TPN comma MCCB. I'll be just writing TPN comma MCCB. So in case of the multi-text, what you will be having is you can come back into the next line. Okay, that is what the one advantage you will be having. Okay, and the next thing you will be having is whatever the font style you want, you can change the font style also in case of the multi-text. Okay, so whatever the font style you want, you can change the font style. And then after, one more thing is you can change the height of the text here itself directly. Here you will be having the height of the text or the scale of the text as 7. Let me convert it into the 5. Then here, rather than clicking on your escape bar, rather than clicking on your space bar, you just click on enter. Now the size will be adjusted. Then simply click somewhere else wherever you want. Okay, the command will be, you will be just coming out of the command. Now, if you want to edit this command, so how to edit this text? Just you select the text, go for the right click. On the right click, you will be having something called your multi-text edit. You select the multi-text edit. Now the size is 7. Let me go for the 5. Enter. Now the size has become for the 5. Okay. Or if I want to even reduce the size, let me reduce it for 4. Enter. So then after, so if you want to change anything or if you want to add anything, you can add. Then you just go for the move command, enter, select the base point, and you simply place it here. Okay. Yeah. So this is all about writing your text, which may be your single line text or your multi-line text. Is the text is clear for everyone? Is the text is clear for everyone? Yes. Chalo. So once you are done with the text, the next thing what you'll be doing is quickly we'll wind it off in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll show the next part. So the next thing what you need to do is you need to have one line here. You need to have one line here. So then after you'll be going for the individual branches. So first let me draw a straight line here. So rather than drawing the straight line with the symmetry and all, simply I'll be going for the X line. Okay, I'll be going for the X line, enter, select the specify the first point, then you go for the second point, you'll be getting the X line, escape. Okay, from here, you want to draw the next part. Okay, the next part you will be having here is this MCCB one. Okay, this branch you will be having. So let us start with this one. A line, MCCB and a line. Okay, these are the things you will be having. So if you properly observe here, above in case of the MCCB also you'll be having a line, MCCB and a line. So simply what you can do is you can simply copy this one. Okay, simply you can copy this one and you can paste there. So if you want to draw the line, you can draw it, or else you can simply copy it and you can paste it. So due to the time constraints, what I am doing is I'm simply copying it and pasting it. So you people, what you can do is you just concentrate it and you just draw the line properly so that you will be getting the proper output. So I'll be taking it as some point here. Simply I'll be pasting it here. Now I am done with the MCCB. Okay, so after MCCB, let me draw a single line here from this point to this point. Okay, and then I'll be trimming the rest of the long line. Okay, then you trim this line also. Now I think we are done this part. Okay, now can you see here? Is this the one you are having? Is this the one you are having? I think we are done this part. Is that clear? It's not multi-line text and it's multi-text X line. Sorry, multi-text you are asking. So multi-text is MT or T. Okay, so done. Okay, I think you are done with this one. We are done with this part. If you can see, we are done with this part. If you want to adjust any lines and all, you can adjust. Okay, so that all depends upon the individual perception. So let me stretch it back some part. Okay, now we are done with this line. Okay, the next thing what you will be having here. Yeah, the next thing you'll be having here is a triangle. You'll be having a triangle, then a line, and then a triangle here. Now let me quickly draw this triangle. For drawing the triangle here, I'll be using the L enter. Just draw from here to here. So the point is that why I'm taking much time of explaining is I want to explain you the proper symmetry also so that you can easily understand. Okay, so this may be the time taking process, but it should be drawn very perfectly. Then go for the line, L enter. This much of triangle is enough for me if I'm not wrong. Then you go for the line command again, function F8. You just off the orthogonality. I think everyone is getting this one. So the point is that whenever you're seeing, it will be very much simple. So you'll be thinking, isme kya hai? We can draw very simply, but whenever you come for the practical drawing, there comes the actual different difficulty. Okay. Yeah. Just you trim it. Now I'm done with the triangle. Whatever I have seen here, I'm done with the triangle, whatever I'm seeing here. The thing next what I need to do is I need to change the color and all. So I'm not bothering about coloring here because of the time constraint. I'll be simply showing how to just draw the objects. Okay. Then the rest of the parts you can do by your own. Okay. Please. Yeah. So I'm done with the triangle. Then I'll be having the next thing I'll be having is one line, then a triangle again. Okay. So for that, simply what I'll be drawing, I'll enter, draw one line with the orthogonality. So once you are done with the line, next I want the triangle in the opposite direction. So for that, simply what I'll be doing is mirror, select the triangle, enter. From the midpoint of this line, if you are drawing, you will be getting the proper mirrored triangle. So is that clear? Is this the one you are having? Is this clear for everyone? Yes. Again, I think you people are being hungry. I'm not getting the proper more responses. It should be like a bomb it up. Okay, if it is clear, quickly type the S in the chat box. Yes, very good, very good, very good, 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 good part. Chalo. So the next thing is again I'll be having one of my MCCB here. So simply rather than drawing it again and again, yeah. See, the point is that I'm not drawing it again and again, but you need to draw it again and again. That's what it will increase your practice. Copy it, select, enter, select the base point. Done. Chalo. So we have done with the next part. Okay. We have done with the next MCCB. So after the MCCB, what is the thing you will be having? So now can you see? This is what the figure you will be having. So far, whatever we have done is this is what the thing you can see properly. Okay. Yeah. So now I am done with the next MCCB. So the next thing you need to have is again from the MCCB, you need to have the something called your inverter. Okay, someone is asking how to draw the inverter. It is not a bigger task, and simply you can draw a square here, and in the square you need to have the line. Okay, so what I am doing here is let me simply draw the square here. So REC, enter. Once I am done with my square, okay, go for the move it properly so that yeah, once you are done with the move, the next thing you need to go for the line. You need to join the line from this end towards this end. Okay, once your line is done, okay, that thing you will be having the representation of MCCB or the representation of inverters. Here you will be having something called your straight line, and then you will be having something called your yeah, somewhere we'll be representing the frequency and all, okay, or the waveform you will be having. Okay, yeah, AC and DC, that's what you will be representing, which is the straight line or which is your sinusoidal. So to be precise, what we can say is the output you will be getting from the solar panel is your DC, which the DC is represented by the straight line. And then whenever you are coming for the AC, you will be having the phase variance and all, which will be represented by the sinusoidal. So in case of the AutoCAD, if you are going for the electrical and all, there you will be having the ready-made blocks. But in case of the normal AutoCAD, here you need to represent them manually. So this is the DC side, and then the sinusoidal wave, which the sinusoidal representation you are having here, that will be your AC side. Okay, so simply for that, I need to draw my AC and DC. Yeah, I'll enter from here to here. you draw a line which will be indicating your DC. And coming for the AC line, here comes one more new command, that is your special line. Okay, the keyboard shortcut key you'll be using for the special line is SPL. Okay, SPL is the keyboard shortcut key you'll be using for the special line. So by using the special line, you will be getting the curved lines. So first you select the first line, then you go for the second point. From here, you will be getting the curved line. So select the third point. Okay. From here again, you will be getting the one more curved line. Select the third line. Then you click on enter. So before selecting anything, just you click on enter. Now can you see you got the proper AC sine wave representation? Okay, now you got something called your AC sine wave representation, which will be representing your AC side. Okay, so yeah, so whenever you are drawing it, the special line, simply you will be using SPL, enter, select the first point. Okay, then you drag it, select the second point, drag it down towards. Okay, special line is something that where you will be getting the curved line, then you drag it here. So this is how you'll be getting the proper sine wave representation. Okay, then after you just click on enter. So if it is not looking good, you just delete it. You just move it towards here. Enter. You just keep it here. No, sir, I want some more perfect curves. No, sir, I want some more perfect curves here. So for that, the thing what you can do, go for the arc. Okay, go for the arc here. Then you just draw the arc. Arc, enter. Then you draw the arc with very then you draw the arc initially. So then after you just apply the mirror of the arc, select the arc, you just apply the mirror for this arc. And then after you go for the move command, select the base point, and this is how you can draw it. So if you want the proper sinusoidal representation, you can use this method, or else you can go for the special line. Okay, so this is how you'll be drawing the inverter. So most of the candidates asked me how to draw the inverter. Now this inverter is clear for everyone. Whoever asked how to draw the inverter, is this inverter is clear for everyone? Yeah. Once you are done with the inverter, the next thing you'll be having the HRC fuse. Okay, the next thing you'll be having something called your HRC fuse. Already we have used this fuse above. So simply rather than drawing it again, the thing what I'll be doing is from here I am trying to copy this fuse. Okay. Or else let me draw it again. इसमें कोई बात नहीं है. Let me draw it again rather than copying and all, so that it will increase your, yeah. So first thing what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing a very straight F8 line. Done. Escape. Then after you just go for the rectangle. Okay. So then after getting the rectangle, the next thing you need to do is move. Done. So this is how you will be drawing your fuse. So if you are thinking the fuse size is very larger as compared with the rest of the things, go for the scale, select the midpoint. You just reduce the scale size or the fuse scale size, and again you move it. Select the object from the midpoint. You select it. Now I am done with the fuse part. Okay. From the MCCB, I am done with the fuse part. Next thing you will be having is your triangle again. So I think again in the top we have done with your triangle. Simply I'll be going here. I'll be selecting the triangle part. Copy. Select the base point. Select the base point. You just come here. Paste here. We have done with the triangle part. If you are having any difference here, you just select the things. See, every time you need to check. This is what the symmetry means in case of your AutoCAD. See, every time in case of your AutoCAD drawing, you need to more specific with your symmetry and with the connectivities, because designing is one of the important thing in case of your electrical part. Without the proper designing, it will become very much difficult. Okay. Yeah. Then I am done with this part. So let me delete it and let me move it here so that will be look somewhat beautiful. Done? Yeah. So I'm done this part. The next part you will be having is you need to draw a line. Again, you need to draw the AJB. Okay. Then you will be having the connectivities. Then you need to draw the solar panel. So rather than showing it all the things, the AJB you can simply draw a rectangle and inside you can write the AJB. Okay. So these are all the things you can easily draw where you can draw the single triangle and then you can flip the triangles or then you can rotate the triangles. You can easily draw those things. Now let me finally show how to draw the solar panels so that the every part is being completed. Then you can work for the assignment. Okay, so for drawing the solar panel, simply I'll be going directly to the solar panel due to the time constraint. So the thing what I'll be doing is REC enter, select this one properly. Okay, now here also I need to have the proper what I'll be saying, I need to have the proper lines inside. So for that what I'll be doing is L enter. With the orthogonality, I have drawn one line. Okay, so then for that what I'll be doing for getting all the rest of the panels, you go for the offset. Very good. For the offset, select the distance. This is what the distance I'll be selecting. So whatever the distance you are having from here to here, that is the distance I'll be selecting. Then you select the object, you'll be getting offset, object. So here I am taking very small distance. So no need to worry how many lines you want inside. It's all about how good you can draw the solar panel. Okay. Now can you see? So for getting the proper symmetry up to here, if you are drawing the lines, then you will be getting the proper symmetry. This is the external line you will be having. So simply I'll be trimming this line so that I can have the proper symmetry of the line. Okay. Yeah, just a second. Okay, let me also draw the vertical lines here. Let me also draw the horizontal lines here. So the horizontal lines also I'll be taking some distance from here to here. This is one line I'll be taking. And let me take the offset from here to here. This is offset distance. Then with that distance, you will be getting it. Okay, yeah. So if I can remove this part and if I can remove this bottom part, then I'll be getting the proper symmetric one. First, let me explode this. Okay, so if I am exploding this, I'll be getting the individual object. Then I'll also delete this part. Then simply I'll be going for the trim command. Trim the external parts. I think everyone is clear with this, so that you can get a proper symmetrical line. Done. So here I have got the proper solar panel. So for this one, you can also make somewhat more proper that horizontal distance and vertical distance also you can make properly. Okay. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be copying the solar panel. Simply I'll be creating few other solar panels. Okay. These are all the solar panels you can use. Okay. This is how you can create your solar panel. So here if you observe, they are using only few lines. I am going for the more number of lines. And if you want to have the border lines, yeah, just a second. If you want to have the border lines as a color, just select the border lines. Okay, just select the border lines, go for the property, change the color. Now you have changed the color, and along with that, you can also change the line weight. Let me change the line weight for something. Okay, how to check the how can we check the line weight and all? I'll how where from where you can check and all. I'll let you know in further classes. Then I want to do the same for the next one. Go for the select the source object, match properties. Okay, so this is how you can create your solar panels. From here, you can draw the next segment. Okay, from here you can draw the next segment. So is it clear for everyone whatever we have discussed till now? Okay, so till here we have done. The next thing is simply you need to draw a AJB, then you need to draw a connectivity. Okay, yeah. So just a second. The rest of the things you need to draw, I'll simply let you know. Okay, the next things you need to draw is simply you need to, from the fuse, you need to go for the cable terminator. Then you will be drawing a AJB. Then you will be having something called your star connector. This is your star connector. This is also you can easily draw. Then you will be having something called your solar modules. Okay, solar panels. Okay, so then here it will be giving the input number of modules, number of strings, peak capacity and all. Here from this, for this data you'll be having. So we are done up to here. The rest of the things you can draw easily, and I have shown how to draw the solar panel. So what the group, I think everyone is added into that group. In that group, you will be getting this assignment. So everyone, you need to be ready with this assignment in tomorrow's class. So if you are be ready with this assignment before coming the tomorrow's class, tomorrow we'll be dealing with schematic. So before leaving the class, is today's class is clear for everyone? Everyone, can you please let me know? Is that clear for everyone? Yes, I hope you are learning some. Chalo. So, yeah. The WhatsApp group will be shared in the chat box once again. You can join to that WhatsApp group, and in that group only we'll be having the thing. Okay. So now the session is open for doubts. If you are having any doubts, you can ask. Yeah, someone is asking what is the difference between the orthogonality and offset. Orthogonality is something that whenever you are using the orthogonality, you will be getting a proper 90-degree multiple lines. Okay, so that is known as your orthogonality. And whenever you are coming for the offset, offset is something that you will be getting the similar objects, or you will be getting the objects with the collinear or concentric circles. Okay, you'll be getting the objects with collinear or concentric circle. Is it clear? What is the difference between your someone has the doubt? Is it clear for them? If you are drawing the things with the collinear centers or the concentric centers, then for that you will be using the offset. And if you want to have the straight line with 90 degrees or 180 degrees or 270 degrees or 0 degrees, there you will be going for the orthogonality. AutoCAD link already shared in your group, ma. So you can check it, or simply you go for the Autodesk. From there you can download the 2026 electrical AutoCAD trial version or the student free version. So that's all from my side. So if you are having any doubts, you can ask, or else we can end the session.
Yes, Manjunath.
Yeah, you can leave now if you don't have any doubts. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Manjunath, for the insightful session, and thank you everyone for your patience and active participation. Tomorrow we'll be diving into schematic design, so make sure to be ready for another engaging session. We HAW are signing off for today. See you all tomorrow for day 4 of our
Shivani, I
AutoCAD.
think we can end the session.
Yes, Manjunath, I will. Yeah, thank you.
Hello.